So today, we are making a dish that truly hits home for me once the temperatures start to drop and you can feel that chill in the air because it is so easy to make, and with each spoonful, it seriously warms your soul. We're talking Spanish beans and tuna in a hearty tomato sauce. And let me tell you, this is another one of those recipes where less is more and simplicity meets extraordinary because there's no tricky techniques, no special equipment, and it's all done in a little over 30 minutes, yet it feels like it's been simmering for hours, folks. Serve this dish next to a crunchy baguette to mop up all that goodness, and a bottle of Spanish wine. You're gonna have yourself one heck of a great meal. Let's begin by measuring out half a cup of lukewarm vegetable broth, which is 120 milliliters. To warm the broth, I just added it into a saucepan and heated it for a couple seconds. Then we'll pinch in a quarter teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams, and then set the mixture aside, that way it can infuse. As always, the saffron I'm using is from Golden Saffron. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. For the next ingredients, I'm going to drain 2 cans of tuna and olive oil into a sieve with a bowl underneath. The size of each can is 5 ounces, which is about 140 grams. And we'll mix the tuna around to remove any of the excess oil, but like I always tell you, you don't want to over mix it, otherwise it can easily dry up. And as for the olive oil from the canned tuna, we're going to be using it in this recipe. Then we'll finely chop 1 medium-sized onion, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, finely chop 1 carrot that's been peeled, and finely chop 1 green bell pepper. And for the final ingredient, I'm going to grab 1 kilogram of fresh tomatoes, which is about 2 1/4 pounds, and finely grate the tomatoes into a large bowl. We want to end up with about 3 cups of finely grated tomato, which is 360 grams. And let me tell you, you can totally skip this step and use canned tomato sauce or passata, and this dish is still going to have a great flavor. But by finely grating tomatoes is what gives it that authentic Spanish touch. Alright, let's start cooking our dish. I'm going to grab a stock pot. You can use a large fry pan here if you prefer. Heat it with a medium heat. And we'll add in the reserved olive oil from the canned tuna. If you're using canned tuna with water in this recipe, just add in about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. After about 1 minute, you don't want to heat this olive oil too much, otherwise it's going to start splatting out of the stock pot. I'm going to add in all the chopped veggies. And we'll mix the vegetables around, that way they're all coated in that olive oil. And we're going to go for about 3 to 4 minutes here, or until they're lightly sauteed. After about 4 minutes, and the vegetables are lightly sauteed, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams. And half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is about 1/2 gram. And we'll give it a quick mix, that way the paprika and the thyme are evenly coating all the vegetables. As always, the Spanish paprika I'm using is from Kiva. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below, and if you buy it from that link, you'll also get 25% off your order. Then we'll add in our 3 cups of grated tomato, which once again is about 360 grams. And we'll season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. No need to add sugar here to cut the acid from the tomatoes. We're using fresh tomatoes, so they have a sweeter flavor to them. However, if you're using canned tomato sauce, add a little pinch of granulated sugar. And we'll give it a mix, that way everything is evenly mixed together. And we're going to simmer our tomato sauce on a medium heat between 10 to 15 minutes, or until it slightly thickens up. In the meantime, let's start getting the beans ready. I'm going to drain 2 cans of white beans into a colander and rinse the beans under some cold running water. Now the size of each can is 15.5 ounces, which is about 440 grams or 1.5 cups of cooked white beans. Okay, let's move back to our tomato sauce. It's been simmering for about 15 minutes on a medium heat, and as you can see, it's really thickened up. For the next step, I'm going to add in the drained white beans, our canned tuna, and our 1/2 cup of saffron infused broth. And we'll give this one final mix, that way everything is evenly mixed together. And remember to be gentle here, otherwise you can easily break those white beans apart. Then we'll place a lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low heat, and we're going to simmer this for an additional 5 minutes. This is enough time for all the flavors to develop and for those white beans to have an incredible melt in your mouth texture. After about 5 minutes, I'm going to remove the stock pot from the heat. We'll transfer some of the mixture into a shallow bowl. And we'll sprinkle it with some finely chopped fresh parsley. Check it out, our Spanish beans and tuna in a hearty tomato sauce is done. This dish is known in Spain as Alubias Blancas con Tomate Atun. Super easy to make, beautiful presentation, and truly the kind of food that's gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. I'm telling ya, today we are in for a special treat because this smells so fabulous. Here we go. Big boy bite. Check that out. First things first, with that first spoonful, it instantly warms your soul. And as for the flavors, the combination of all the ingredients, the perfect textures and flavors. You know, like I told you at the beginning, this feels like it's been simmering for hours, but indeed we got it done in about 40 minutes. Give this a try at home and I promise it is gonna make it to your weekly rotation because it is that good. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Lisa Larea, Edward Alvarez, Marco Steenburgen, Holly Parker, and Dallas Jackson. Again guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.